Happy Saturday, friends. Here we are. It is our joyful wisdom. It's going to be more than a pause today. We probably should call it the Joyful Wisdom Deep Dive Saturday. We
Yeah.
have an actual an actual title. And today we want to get right into it, you guys. I'm Renee McLaughlin. This is my dearie Monica Goose, and we're here to chat. We're here to chat wisdom today. Before we actually get into the subjects that we thought we were just going to deep dive in, and we are, um, we really wanted to share with you something that's happening, a big live event that is happening online tomorrow. That RJ is doing. And I'm going to turn it over to Monica to just share what that is. We will put the link in all the descriptions wherever you're watching this. Go,
Yeah.
Mon.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is so important. Most of us are aware that there is great power when we come together as one with one intention. And, our wisdom chats have been pretty much centered around my teacher, RJ Spina, and what he has been sharing with the world. These are truly teachings that liberate the mind. And he has started doing live global meditations. And he is doing one, he's hosting one tomorrow. So this is really important. Get the word out. You can find it well, she's going to have the link. But if you don't know how to find the link, just go to RJ Spina, RJ, and then it's Spina on YouTube, and the link will be there on the under the live link. It'll say upcoming. This is a global meditation, the first one that he did, and they're also available under the live tab. You can go back. They're just not live anymore. The first one was on the true metaphysics of manifestation, and the second one was on healing, self-healing. And also during the self-healing, it's about, there's also sending healing out to everyone you love as well as to the whole world. And that's kind of the focus of this upcoming one tomorrow. We are in some crazy times right now. We've got, apocalyptic fires happening in California. We have got, these, back to back snowstorms. I'm in Arkansas. We got a foot of snow. There's no infrastructure. We're in the South. There's so much of the South. I know you're in Georgia, lots of power outages there as well. We don't have the infrastructure to handle, this kind of snow. So that's going to be the main focus of the global meditation tomorrow. So please, get onto that and share it with everyone that you know that has the wisdom and understanding that when we come together in group, it's we call it meditation. Heck, it's prayer. We are using the power of the divinity within ourselves as we are connected with our source. I don't care what you call it. I don't care which religion you are. It's all the same thing. It's God, right? And we're bringing all of that energy and power together to create and affect change in this world. It's really it is the greatest power that we have. So yeah, by all means, let's all get on there, and we get the idea. So let's go ahead, because this is going to segue nicely into our discussion today as well. We were going to talk about getting clarity about your motivations, about why do we do the things that we do.
Exactly. And I'm just going to do a few words on based on what Monica said, and then I'm going to actually turn it back over to her to continue that part of the conversation. So, focused intention, folks. And so, as I sit and see what's happening with the wildfires and the snow, etc., and so many people losing every material possession that they have. I can't even really get my whole head, etc., around that. Isn't it? I just can't. And so I sit and I think, how might I be able to help just give some peace to these people? Um, that's what we're doing is we are sending focused attention of
Mhm.
healing, of love, of, as Monica said, of prayer, focused with all of us together. The power of that is we don't have an our human mind cannot really conceive of or understand that power. And
Right.
we don't need to. That's the beauty. We just send and we experience what that can do. It's so powerful. So, again, if you're sitting in your living room going, oh, these poor people, and you're giving away your energy to that in a fear based way, stop. Let's all together come together and share the light. That's what we're looking at doing. So, really, really, that's what we can do. But
Mhm.
we think we have to do something, right? I know that's part of those universal habits. I've got to go do something. When you just do something from that fear based, that's not what's going to help, right? But when we take action in this way, from the heart, from the light, whoa, that's where the magic happens. So
Yeah.
from there, Monica, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Well, the first thing that I want to say is, there is, and when we have the wisdom to know that everything is happening for us and nothing is happening to us, we are not victims. There is not a victim on this planet. We are, there is an opportunity. Everything holds within it. Is the seed of an opportunity of an expansion of your consciousness and your awareness. And one of the, we were talking about we started with the topic of the habits of the false self. One of the habits of the false self is that seeking security. So how many, so yeah, I'm with you. I can't imagine what it would be like to lose everything. Um, for everyone who has and is in that position, may they have the ability through this to connect with their I am presence, because the only security that we have here is really within. It's within. The kingdom of heaven is within. It's within. So for everyone who's been affected in any way, to be able to look at the circumstances and go within and go to the power of the I am presence, connect with their divinity, stop thinking and emotionalizing, because it's that emotionalizing, the bathing your thoughts, that's going to just create more of a downward spiral. And when you can shift that focus, then you can create an upward spiral of peace and knowing that you're, ask for the guidance from your own higher self, your own I am presence. What is my next best step? You know, what can, how, what do I do next? And that's going to be one way that people are going to, get through this. And so we were originally going to talk about, what are the motive? Why do we do the things that we do? Why do we react the way that we do in all circumstances? And when we arrive in this realm and we're incarnated, we're a blank slate, and um, we're conditioned through we have by our society. So we are told what to think and what to believe. And then based on that limited, those ideas that RJ always calls it so-called knowledge, because, truthfully, everything we think is true now, we're going to find out 100 years from now is all wrong. So, but we have these belief systems, and then we act and react from those belief systems, and they're just ideas that were drilled into us.
Mhm.
So that's what the whole process, the teachings are all about, um, getting into a place of non-thought. Stop thinking, because thinking is also one of those um, habits of the false self. So we don't need to think about anything anymore. We already once you've got it down and you know how to dress yourself, clothe yourself. Drive yourself to work, feed yourself. Once you know how to do all those things, all that is memorized by the subconscious mind, right? So we don't have to think about these things. We can have that presence and silence in the mind and allow the wisdom and the knowledge from the higher self to come through and animate the vehicle, and then everything begins to change. And if you're aware or have a feeling that maybe what I'm saying is right, that our subconscious mind is programmed, and we've been programmed by everything, and now it's worse than ever. I mean, it's 24/7, 365 from all directions. You're constantly getting bombarded with information, and it's being consumed. And when I was a teenager, I read the book The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and I knew that was the key, that's where the key was, but I didn't know where the lock was, right? So this book here, Change Your Mind by RJ Spina, this is the treasure map to
Mhm.
deprogram the subconscious mind and
Mhm.
stop just running on um, what you've been trained, brainwashed, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of this, let's also talk about trauma-based mind control. When we are watching the news and we're seeing, tragedy after tragedy after tragedy, that that puts an imprint on us, and it creates such, again, we're into that negative downward spiral. We need that, all needs to stop. So we talked before about the instantaneous magic tricks,
Mhm.
right? So RJ has a list of, and they're scattered throughout the books, these instantaneous magic tricks, and I realize this is going to be hard for some people to hear, but one of the ones that's really going to be helpful for all of us right now is just pretend you're watching a boring movie. Because what happens when we get emotionally involved in what we're seeing, what's being presented to us on the screen of our consciousness, if we get emotionally involved, then we're taking our life force energy and we're attached to that. And now we're feeding that. And guess what? Our energy is leaking to that.
Right. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy, and where you place your attention and energy is what you're going to continue to get more of. And all these things, once again, we hear them, and we go, yeah, yeah, yeah. But what are we actually doing with it? What do we do? Are we actually stopping and recognizing in any given moment right now? And so, any of you watching right now, where are you placing your attention? Hopefully, it's on the message that Monica and I are giving you. But you get what I'm saying. However, leave yourself notes. Maybe put reminders on your phone every 15 minutes. Give a little ding. Where are you placing your attention? Because that is what we're getting more of. And the more um, sensational, the more it's going to draw our attention. How much more sensational can we get than huge, out of control wildfires, huge snowstorms? These are right in everybody's face. And boy, It's really easy to get attached to watching and emotionalizing. Now, that can so sound to people like you two just don't care. You don't have any care. And that's exactly opposite. And one of the things I think is really fascinating is, and again, heart goes out to those people in compassion. Is this something that I really hope happens to me so I can learn this lesson? Hell no. No. And so I'm sending gratitude to all of those people who are in that situation so that I might learn again the compassion in the understanding that in any and every situation, I can't control that per se. I can control this. If I can put my focus here and move from that space, I will be guided towards the best situation possible in any given moment. One of the seminal books that people always talk about, right, is Viktor Frankl's A Man's Search for Meaning. He was in the Holocaust. Another thing I cannot, well, maybe I can
Um,
do a little relating to that, but not, right? In this lifetime. And he's, what meaning are you going to give to any situation? What meaning? We choose what meaning.
and
From
that's why, yeah, and that's kind of why I started this whole thing with everything is happening for me, nothing is happening to me. How is what I'm going through now making me a stronger, wiser, better person? How is it assisting me in the expansion of my consciousness? A
being.
part of the programming that happens because when we arrive here, we are infinite. We are infinite, immortal, creator beings, unlimited, and we're on. We have the I want to say we're lucky enough to be having a human experience. We've come here to have a human experience. And when we arrive here, part of the game is that we have complete amnesia. We have no idea. So I have to, we're at some point in everybody's life, you go, what is the point of this? Why am I even here? Right? And so the first thing I do is we think that we are these bodies. And then it goes downhill from there. It's like we've forgotten who and what we really are. We are powerful creators, and we came here to have this experience. And that's what it is. It's experiences. And I agree with you. I mean, I have nothing but love and compassion for everything everyone is going through, because even if you're not in California or stuck in the snow, everybody's got something they're going through. Everyone. And the key is detachment from the story. It's we have a tendency to, and again, we've been trained to do this. This is our programming, right? You watch soap operas, my goodness, it's drama, 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 drama. So we just emotionalize, we bathe these thoughts with emotions. Then we're stuck in a thought loop. And then we're in a thought loop, and we're just continually thinking about the same thing over and over again. And again, where your attention goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, it grows. So be mindful that whatever is happening, allegedly out there, detach, 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 detach. See it as a boring movie. When you go to the movies, if it's exciting, your heart starts racing and you get all excited, or if it's scary, you get scared, right? Um, all that is your energy. That's your life force energy. You're energizing that. So each one of us, like I said, everybody's going through something. And even if you're not going through something, you have something you desire to create. You need your life force energy available for yourself, for your life. And this goes for each and every being here. We can create anything that we desire as long as we use the correct formula. And gee, that was kind of in RJ's first global meditation on manifestation. If there's anything you want to create in your life, go listen to that every day. Really go deep with it. And it's the keys, it's the keys to figure out how this is really done. And be very mindful of not allowing what seems to be happening on the screen of your consciousness to hook your attention and stop you from being the limitless creator that you truly are.
Oh, that was so beautifully said, you guys. So, and thank you for the one thumbs up. We love that. And thanks for coming on and watching. We appreciate it so much. Please comment if you have any. The other thing, I just want to say two things about this too, just in general. One is, what is truth? I think this is really important. And so for me, even Monica went, to me, truth, real wisdom, truth, is that which never changes. So think about that. Our self never changes. We come here, we're ourself, we're put into a body. We leave here, the body dies, we go on to the next thing. We do not change. Everything else changes. Are you the body? Well, let me ask you, are you the same body as the minute you were born, as where you are now? Hell no. And then the body itself has its own life cycle, right? It is born, it ages, it has experiences, and guess what? It friggin' dies.
It's temporary.
It's temporary. That's it. So when you really attach to that character, you're gonna die.
Everybody does it
You will
eventually, but yeah, we're here to have we're here to have experiences, and
die.
to have fun, and to know ourselves, to learn, to know, remember who and what we really are. And I love that you brought up about what is truth, and it was actually the catalyst, that question, because I've been a seeker of truth my whole life. And when I heard that RJ was doing his self mastery class last spring, I signed up for it, and I took his self mastery class, live on Zoom, which was awesome. And the reason I did was because he he brought the 12 eternal truths and the 12 tenets of self mastery. So I love that. And I've worked with that book since the day it came out as well. Basically, the book is the class, but available to everyone in book form. And that one is called Access Superconsciousness. And I love that because we live in a reality where, through this societal conditioning and programming, we've been fed nothing but lies. And when you try and create a life based on disinformation, misinformation, and lies, um, that's why things a little bit of a shit show going on here right now, right? So the eternal truths, when you get the book and you work with it and you read them, I mean, it lands in your energy field so differently because it connects you with your own I am presence in ways that you can't even imagine. It is such a life changing book. And I have study groups with that book, and I'm happy to start new ones if anybody has a group of people who would like to read it together via Zoom or free conference call, something like that. Um, yeah. So the truth will set you free. Jesus told us that a long time ago. He was right then. He's still right now. And I love that we have this master who's here with us now to bring us back to the truth and remember who we are and that the kingdom is within.
And He gives us actual simple things that we can do to bring us into that visceral, tangible sense of what that means and how we can then go through. And only our time is almost up, but the one other thing that really hits me again is the understanding that we we say another little meme, right? The opposite of love is judgment. Okay, so how do we use this? And one of the things that's so important for me, I find, is we tend to get into situations and we still, it's so hard not to judge. Oh, that's a good situation. That's a bad situation. But we don't have the higher sense of there are no good and bad situations. It's just life is happening. Life is happening and we're experiencing it. And the only thing that claims good and bad is us and what meaning we give to the situation. So when we can take our hands off the controls and simply watch it like a boring movie and go, how interesting. Wow. Another beautiful way to connect back to self and experience what is it like to lose all your material possessions in this lowest of frequency dimensions? And how can we find it within ourselves to get quiet, to connect, to have other people helping us hold that higher connection, which is what we're going to be doing, what I try to do each day, what Monica and I are doing daily, what RJ is going to be doing globally, to come up and say, maybe, just maybe, this really can be an opportunity to see another place where we're holding back, where we're judging situations, and how can we raise that frequency and hold it so that others can also connect in to that place.
Yeah,
So
one thing I hear him say all the time is there is no right or wrong. There's only what does and doesn't work based on what it is you're trying to achieve.
bing,
So,
bing,
being,
there it is.
and I love that
Bing.
you brought it back around that, all of his teachings are prescriptive. None of this is, hey, I have all the answers, listen to me. No, it's like, here are the exercises, don't listen to me, do the exercises, have your own experience. You will have a tangible, felt sense knowing in your body. You will know when you hear the truth. You will know when you do an exercise that returns you and takes you back to truth. You will know it, you will feel it. And then he talks all the time about it's tangible. And yes, it is tangible. And do the exercises, it will liberate your mind. I love his definition of freedom is it's not the ability to do whatever you want whenever you want. Freedom in his definition is freedom from the tyranny of the finite mind. And that finite mind is what we have been programmed to be using as truth when there's a, most of us are lucky if we've got any truth, if we've been taught any truth at all.
Right.
So
Okay.
I know we're about out of time. We need to wrap this up.
Right. We have to do. Thank you. That was so beautiful. And the other thing that I find so helpful is I try to just keep my attention on these teachings, on YouTube videos, on the books every day, every day, every day. I have to constantly innovate inundate myself with the
Sure.
higher teachings to keep my focus where it needs to be, to not get distracted. So I encourage you guys to do that too. Hopefully, we'll see all of you on the Global Meditation tomorrow,
Yes.
and or you'll be doing recordings constantly. Keep doing it. Keep sending love out there. The world needs you, needs us. Much love, Monica. Much love again.
Thank you.
Stay
Thank
warm and dry, girlfriend.
you. Thank you. Loved
Bye,
everyone.
guys.